Hi folks, and welcome to Impactful Life. My name is Rob, and this channel is dedicated to helping you make an impact so you can lead a full life. Each week, I share an impactful action idea designed to help you get from where you are to where you want to be. So if you're ready to take action, make an impact, and lead a full life, go ahead and hit that subscribe button below. You might also want to check out our Impactful Actions playlist for even more action ideas. But stay tuned for this week's action because we're getting started right after this. Welcome back. Now let's make an impact. So far this week, we've reviewed the book, How Full Is Your Bucket? And we've shared the quote, you can't pour from an empty cup. Both of these ideas focus on the notion that we all function better when we feel good and our days are filled with more positives than negatives. On the other hand, trying to make the most of our days when our bucket or cup is empty is extremely difficult. So what can we do to make our bucket stay full? Well, according to the book, How Full Is Your Bucket? Everyone has an invisible bucket that represents their energy level, and it's constantly being emptied or filled depending on the interactions that we have throughout the day. When we experience more positives, our bucket fills and we feel great. Energy and productivity is high and life is good. Now on the other hand, when the negatives start to outweigh the positive, life gets a whole lot harder to deal with. As a result, our energy, mood, productivity, and sometimes even our relationships start to suffer. You know, it isn't hard to find ways to empty our bucket. I mean, negativity is all around us. Whether it's on the news, social media, or people that we're forced to deal with on a daily basis, you don't have to spend a lot of time searching if you want some drama or bad news. So where can you turn to bring more positivity into your life? In the book, How Full Is Your Bucket? The authors list 5 strategies for keeping your bucket or positive emotions filling up instead of emptying. Now, I'm not going to go through all 5 because I really think you should read the book, but here's a couple of my favorites. First, prevent bucket dipping as much as possible. Catch yourself before you say something negative about somebody and see if you can turn it around. Let me give you kind of a simple example. The next time you're at work and somebody says something that makes you wonder what planet they're from, instead of completely dismissing their comment or saying something that could potentially dip from their bucket, try saying something like, I've never thought of it that way. Interesting. That's a much better response than, well, that's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. And I realize that's a silly example, but if you watch and listen to people interact, you'll notice similar kinds of comments and bucket dipping taking place all around you. Instead of participating in this epidemic of bucket dipping, be an example to those around you. Make it a point to fill other people's buckets on a regular basis. Avoid or at least refuse to participate in gossip. I mean, aim for a minimum ratio of 5 positive interactions for every 1 negative one. Build a reputation of being someone who builds others up instead of tearing them down. Now, if you do your best to stay positive and you make a habit of filling other people's buckets, you'll find that your bucket will feel more full as a result, and the number of positive vibes coming at you will increase. If you don't believe me, just try it for a week. Positivity is like a boomerang. If you throw it out into the universe, it'll find its way back to you. Some people call this karma. Another suggestion from the book is to stop focusing on what's wrong all the time and shine a light on what's right for a change. Why are we so quick to jump in with an opinion when folks are talking about what's wrong with the world today, and yet you never hear anyone having a discussion about all the great things going on around us? It is an incredible time to be alive. Miracles happen around us all the time, every day. But we're blind to them. Somehow we're conditioned to focus on the negative, often trivial things that frustrate us. As a result, we miss out on how awesome it is to be alive, and we take for granted all the things that are going right in our life. So find the time to be grateful. Shine a light on what's going right in your life, how lucky you really are. Point out what's good about another person for a change. Go find some good news instead of watching the mainstream media coverage every night. If you do any of these things, you'll start to see your bucket fill up and your life start to get better. Take care of yourself and be mindful of your interactions. Protect your bucket and make a habit of filling others instead of emptying them. If you do this, you'll start to see improvement in your life almost immediately. You'll feel better about yourself, your relationships with others will certainly improve, and work will become more fun. I can't promise that every day will be a great day, but I can tell you from experience that your good days will vastly outnumber the bad ones. So what have you got to lose? Remember, you need to keep your bucket full if you want to make an impact and lead a full life. I certainly hope you'll give that a try this week. Please let us know in the comment section below what you think about this concept. Are you going to make an effort to be a bucket filler? And if you don't like these action suggestions, there are some more in the book. And if you don't already own it, I will provide you a link down in the description. But that's it for this week's action video. Don't forget to click that little red subscribe button, and please give us a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. Feel free to make an impact on somebody else by sharing the video, and don't forget to follow us on social media. Be sure to visit our website where you can read my blog and sign up for our free monthly newsletter. All of those links will be down in the description below. Hey, thanks again for watching, folks. Go have a great day and go make an impact. From the book is to stop focusing on what's wrong all the time and shine a light on what's right for a change. I mean, why are we so quick to jump in with an opinion when folks are talking about what's wrong with the world today, and yet you never hear people standing around talking about, what's great about the things going on? Oh, I didn't say that at all right. Instead of participating in this epidemic of bucket dipping, be an example to those around you. Make it a point to fill other people's buckets on a regular basis. Avoid, or at least try to Well, according to the book, How Full is Your Bucket? Everyone has an invisible bucket.